Alright, I would be lying if I said I haven't restarted this video multiple times and went on for multiple minutes and just decided to restart because I didn't like it. But this time, I'm going to try and keep everything, make sure it's pretty natural and raw and just let it flow out. Firstly, I'm N. That's at least what I'm going by, currently when I'm starting this channel. And this is just like not really, it's not really an announcement video. I don't want to say all that because I don't know how big of a deal it is, or I don't even really know how far I want this channel to go, right? But I have plans, and I think I'll just implement a time that you can skip to, and if you want to just hear about those plans. But I want to get in a core subject, a core point of this channel is what I'm trying to say. And that's what this video is right here, a mental health check. I think I want to, every week, regardless of whether this channel materializes or it doesn't, I think what I want to do is create these videos every week and kind of just be honest as a person about how I'm feeling, like and maybe the stuff that I went through the week, why I'm feeling how I'm feeling that day, whether it's happy, sad, maybe frustrated, maybe maybe insecure. Like, just be open and honest and let it out there for anybody that's willing to listen, right? And I think it would be really cool if even just one person found it and took something positive away from it. I would say that's a win. If I did this for every week and did it for a year, and there was one guy that randomly stumbled upon it and he just happened to like the videos, and he was like one of the 10 views that I got throughout every video the whole year, but he just really really liked these mental health checks, then hey, I'm taking that as a win. I'm taking that as I'm gonna keep doing it for another year, because who knows, maybe our numbers could double, maybe they could triple, maybe they could grow exponentially, right? Because that's the point, is to find these people and create an outlet, maybe in the comment section, maybe you never know how that goes, maybe it would transfer into a Discord, maybe possibly, I don't know. That's it's a very touch and go. I don't even know what I want to do with the channel, like I said. But I do want to do these not only because I think it could help some other people out, but also I think it would be good for me to just kind of, it'd be like an outlet. Like, I can just kind of let everything out and just not worry about social repercussions per se, because over the internet, those aren't, I mean, they're real, but it's different than real life. Like, if you went to a person and you just kind of maybe unloaded, not that I'm gonna be trauma dumping on you guys, don't think that. I'm not gonna do you dirty or anything and be like, Jesus Christ, this guy's going through some stuff. I think I'll keep it just honest, how I feel, without getting too personal, unless I feel like it, in which case I will. But yeah, so that's what I want to do every week, and if anything results from this channel, it becomes very successful from, I doubt it becomes super successful from just the mental health checks, but it became super successful from other stuff I might do, then I think we would, at that point, once we reach a whatever successful is to you, 100,000 subscribers, 50,000, 10,000, a million, whatever number you want to throw out there, we'll have created a pretty honest and wholesome community on the way. So I think it's a win-win regardless of what happens, so I don't mind betting on that. But oh yeah, let me not forget this, because if you look over here, This guy Apollo the Almighty. He's someone I watch pretty frequently. Um, he's the person that gave me the idea for the mental health checks. I don't personally know any other, YouTubers or content creators of any kind that do mental health checks other than Apollo. That's who I got it from, and I was like, that's a nice idea. I think that'd be, I might steal that, and here we are plagiarizing his shit. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good idea, and regardless of whether or not it was his original idea or someone else's, it doesn't really matter. I just want to give my props to who I know I learned it from, and y'all can let me know if someone else like originally created it. But I think it's a really good idea, and I respect him for doing it. It's not weekly. He doesn't. Maybe he did it weekly at some point, but he doesn't do it weekly anymore. They're just kind of nice little videos that pop up every so often on his channel, and I really respect it. So go check him out. He's a really positive guy. But he does say some out of pocket stuff. So if you don't like hearing crazy jokes, maybe don't head on over to him. But personally, I love him. So I don't necessarily know if I have like a big old what do you call it, like moral or kind of subject matter for the video today. I wasn't really planning on it, to be honest. I only started thinking about it halfway through when I was talking these past couple tries I tried to record this. But what I can say is maintain your happiness. Sometimes you gotta struggle and you gotta be unhappy, but you can't let yourself go on long spurts of being unhappy. And I'll give an example here. I have a couple examples recently where it's like, I'm trying to save money in, obviously becoming of age and becoming 18 last year pretty recently. Obviously, I worked years before that. But recently, when I've been getting jobs, I've found myself not staying very long, only for a couple of months before I get, I don't know what the word is. I guess just unsatisfied with, the environment, the people, my relationship with the job, my work, multiple different things where I just kind of get burnt out. And I just, to be honest, I just kind of move on to the next thing, or I just, take a couple weeks off from working and, I have enough money saved up, so I'm not like putting myself at like a financial, in a bad financial position because of it. But I just find myself becoming unhappy with the jobs. And so, after pretty short periods of time, like a couple months, I'm just so burnt out of it. And I really have to ask myself, like, should I just be working through it? Should I just be like, just kind of suffering for not only the money, but just because, it puts me in a more stable position, regardless of whether I have money saved up or not? And I kind of came to the conclusion that no, I shouldn't. I'm in a really, fortunate situation where I don't, have to pay that much in rent. Like, I can kind of hop around until, hopefully I find a job I really like. I'm going to college at the moment, so, these little jobs aren't my main priority. So, I just decided that regardless of whether these short bursts of having a job, right, I think I just need to find something that I really like, because before I left the job that I started when I was like 16 years old, I was there for like 2.5 years. And then unfortunately I had to leave that place. Well, really, I got fired because I couldn't maintain the schedule changes that they wanted me to have. So fortunately I had to part ways. And then I was just kind of thrown in because, when I first got hired, I never had a job before. So going through the hiring process was relatively short, you know, when I was getting my first job. So I didn't even really have that much experience, like, applying and getting hired to places. So when I was thrusted back out into there, I was nervous. I was scared because I was like, oh, shit, like, I gotta get my stuff together. I'm not gonna have any money. I'm not gonna have any, And I had gotten a girlfriend recently, so all just types of different stress were building up inside, right? And I think, every time I got a new job, it was just because I was desperate. Like, I needed it. Like, I have to get a job place anywhere, Maybe if I don't even like this one, I'll just start applying to other places while I'm working there. I just need to start getting money, right? And never happened. I would just end up getting like, oh, I can do this. I would like get semi-comfortable, right? And eventually just burn myself out after a couple months. And, I'm kind of in that same situation right now. I don't really have a job, and I'm looking for another one at the moment. But I'm not struggling or anything. So I think what I've taken from these recent experiences is that you just need to prioritize your happiness. And I don't want it to seem like I'm not committed or, like a freeloader is maybe the right word that some people might get the impression of what I just said, right? But I can't, see myself at these like jobs that I don't really care about, and the people there are, you know what I mean when I say like you know them from your work, but you don't really know them. Like, you say hi, and like you have the same old conversations every day about work. At my first job, it wasn't like that. I made real friends there. I still have friends from there to this day that, rock solid, bro. No pause. And we're still good friends to this day. And I just haven't found that at any other place. I don't know if it's age differences or what. Like, I've worked with people my age and people not my age, and it just doesn't. I haven't seemed to click with anybody, and that might be my fault. But and I really haven't, loved necessarily the workload that I've come across with these jobs, which is expected. Like, it's really rare for someone to find a pretty much minimum wage job and you just absolutely loved it for, super extended periods of time, like years and stuff, right? So I've decided that I should take my time this time, now that I don't have a job, and just really focus on finding something that will make me happy and I'll be motivated to go to work. And, I'm kind of rambling, and hopefully I get better at this whole format. But hopefully you can apply that to something in your life. If there's something that you feel like is stressing you out, and you even feel like, man, I can't even stop doing this because I'd be put in a really shitty position if I didn't. I think that you should do what you can to make change. I'm not saying you gotta quit your job or, make these super rash decisions, but make small steps, because I think, like, no matter how small they are, like, they motivate you to keep going and to keep moving towards that big step, you know what I mean? Like, or even just the little steps evolve into a big step at some point. So yeah, prioritize your happiness. Don't let it get lost in all the fucking bullshit that life puts onto you, like work and relationships. And you gotta prioritize yourself, not at the deficit of others. Like, don't not show up to your job, or you gotta still be a decent human being, but yeah, just prioritize your happiness. That's what I want people to take from this video. if you're still here after all of that, um, let's focus on what I plan to do with this channel so far, okay? So, as any real nigga knows, um, Elden Ring DLC should be coming out fairly soon this year. Look at me just start going as soon as we start talking about some nerd shit. This is crazy. I'm starting to get the flow now as soon as I bring up Elden Ring. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm sure I'll get better at the mental health checks eventually. Just give me time, man. Just give me time. So, sometime soon, hopefully this year. If it doesn't happen this year, I'd be really sad. But hopefully it's pretty soon, within the next couple months. The Elden Ring DLC comes out. And what I was planning on doing is, because I've never beaten any Souls game other than Elden Ring prior to this. I've touched DS1, I've touched DS3, I've never touched DS2. I've heard it's pretty bad, but I'm willing to try it. And what I want to do is just beat all Dark Souls 1 through 3 before getting into Elden Ring, because at that point I just want to do an Elden Ring playthrough, even though I've already played it, and jump right into the DLC. So the plan right now for the future, starting like later this week or early next week, is just start with DS1 and don't stop. Like, just keep going. And hopefully get through 3 of those and make it in time before the DLC comes out. So that's my current plan for now. Also, Bloodborne is a little weird. I've heard things about it getting a remaster, which who even knows if that would come to PC or not. I would assume it would, but there's nothing concrete for me to like really put any faith into. But I have heard that it's maybe possible to just download the PlayStation app and get a PlayStation Plus account, and then somehow or another play Bloodborne on my PC. And if that is the case, and by the time I finish DS3, then we'll just start Bloodborne. And if I'm late to Elden Ring, then we'll just start at the same time maybe, or I'll just be late. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's currently my only plan right now. And other than the mental health checks, I don't really have anything else to offer you guys. But I'm sure it will be, I'm gonna put my everything into it, even if it's just DS1. Like, if I like finish DS1, I'm definitely gonna finish DS1 as a playthrough. And if I'm like, you know what, I don't like what I made, or I'm like, you know what, I'm not happy making these videos, that'll be the end of my gamer YouTuber career, right? But I'm still gonna do the mental health checks no matter what. So that's me making the claim right now, because I personally have problems just like committing to stuff, and not procrastinating, getting lazy. So we're gonna try and kill that immediately, by just making this video and being like, I'm gonna do this. So I'm putting myself out there, and we are gonna have results from it. So there's not much else to say other than that. I don't really have any plans beyond the Souls series. Maybe I know there's some other stuff like Liza P and Demon Souls. I don't have a PS5, so there's no way for me to get my hands on Demon Souls and some other stuff. But after the Souls games, I kind of want to just maybe get away from them. Yeah. At that point, and move on to something else. I've recently, as you can tell, gone into Persona games, SMT games maybe. Basically, as a gaming YouTuber, we have a Minecraft, obviously. Don't know about that one, though. We have a lot of options. So I'm not going to worry about it too much, because if I end up enjoying this, I have a million different directions to branch into. And also, I would love to hear the feedback of you guys. If you have any personal, you know, games that you want to see me play, not that you know me or anything, but that you think would be interesting to watch someone play, just let me know. Obviously, comments are always open. Other than that, I think that will be all for this video, and I hope you all have a great day and a good night. Peace.